Days passed, and Halima's anger grew heavier with every passing hour. She worked harder than ever, but her pots remained half full while Mama Sade's vanished almost instantly. The more she tried, the more she failed. Every failed attempt fueled a dark obsession inside her. At night, she would lie awake, imagining the river and Mama Sade standing there, smiling as if she knew everything. Halima began to see strange things. When she walked past the riverbank, ripples moved against the current. Shadows flickered under the moonlight, dancing like human shapes. Sometimes she thought she heard soft whispers in the water, "Stay away." One evening, Halima could no longer contain herself. She crept toward the river behind Mama Sade's house, hoping to finally discover the truth. She crouched in the tall grasses and waited. The moon reflected off the water, and for a moment everything seemed still. Then she saw it. Mama Sade stepped out from the shadows. Her human form shimmered, but as she stepped closer to the river, her body began to change. Her legs melted into a tail. Her skin glimmered like scales. Her long hair floated as if underwater. Her eyes glowed like the river under the full moon. Halima froze. She had finally caught her. She had finally seen the truth. Mama Sade smiled, a slow, knowing smile. "I wondered when you would see me, Halima," she said softly. "You are brave, or should I say foolish." Halima trembled. You're a mermaid. You've been luring the people. What have you been feeding them? I knew it. I knew something wasn't right. They are in danger." Mama Sade shook her head gently. "Do not fear for them. They are in good hands, bound beneath the sea, sacred sacrifices for our great Queen Mother. They do not see, they do not question. They will not doubt, they will never doubt, because I bound them. They will continue their lives as before, not knowing that they are no longer in control. There's no need to harm you. You're a stubborn one, very different from them. I have no use for you, but do not try to interfere. You saw nothing. If you keep it that way, everything will continue in a normal way, unless you try to stop me." Halima's heart pounded. What do you mean?" "Look around you," Mama Sade said, gesturing to the distant lights of the town. "Those men and women are gone. Follow my rice willingly. They are already bound to the water kingdom. Even if you go to expose me and warn them, your warnings would fall on deaf ears. No one will believe you. That is the nature of my mission." Halima swallowed hard. "Then I have to find proof. I have to make them see." Mama Sade's smile widened. "Try if you will, but remember, the more you resist, the harder it will be." Before Halima could respond, Mama Sade slipped back into the river. Her tail closed over her in a shimmering wave. Halima stood alone, trembling, her fear mixing with determination. She had seen the truth, but the warning sank into her bones. The town was already bound. The next morning, Halima tried to warn the townspeople. She shouted, pleaded, and described Mama Sade's true form. She told them about the river, the glowing eyes, the tail, the mission. But no one listened. Some laughed, some shook their heads, others called her crazy, claiming jealousy had driven her to lie. People continued eating Mama Sade's rice as if nothing had happened. Mama Sade served them rice as she had always done. Halima felt despair clawing at her heart. It was then that Mama Funke appeared. The old woman had been observing Halima's struggle from afar. Her eyes were calm but penetrating. "You are not lying, child," Mama Funke said quietly. "I have seen a mermaid myself when I was young. I believe you. I myself have suspected the origin of this woman in this village. I am old and I cannot recall who her parents were or how she came to this town, and I have waited for someone brave enough to face what others cannot see. Come with me. I can guide you if you wish to save your town." Halima looked at Mama Funke, hope flickering in her chest. You believe me? You can help me?" she asked. Mama Funke nodded. "Yes, but it will not be easy. My grandmother told me a story of these creatures when I was a little girl. When they enter a community, it is very difficult to send them back to the sea because they hypnotize the people, taking their ability to reason, decide, and reject. My mother told me of a relic, an ancient artifact that could banish them from the world of men, but the relic is in Avo Forest, which was designated as an evil forest by the wise men of old. There is a sacred mirror that can reveal her true form to everyone. Her mermaid spell will be destroyed and the people will be free. The sacred mirror is hidden far from here, and many dangers lie between you and it. You must be brave, Halima. Courage, wisdom, and determination are your only allies. It will not be easy, but I am a girl with the will of a lioness. You will succeed, I know it. Halima straightened her shoulders. Then I will do it. I will get the mirror. I will show them the truth. I will save the people. Mama Funke placed a hand on her arm. Very well. Follow me and I will give you what you need to survive the journey. Halima did not realize her hands were shaking until Mama Funke reached forward and held them still. Be careful, the old woman said quietly. The hut was dim, lit only by a low fire that crackled in the corner. Smoke curled slowly upward, clinging to the rafters before slipping out through a narrow opening in the roof. The air smelled of dried leaves, burnt roots, and something older, something that seemed to carry memory. Halima swallowed. You sent for me. Mama Funke did not answer immediately. She watched Halima in a way that made her uneasy, as though she were being weighed, measured, judged. Then, slowly, the old woman turned and reached for a wooden box beside her mat. It was small, but carved with symbols Halima did not recognize, lines and curves that seemed to shift when she looked too long at them. When Mama Funke opened it, the fire flickered sharply, as though reacting. From inside, she brought out a small charm and a folded piece of cloth. The charm was dark and smooth, its surface worn by time. The cloth, though faded, still held faint patterns woven into it, patterns that seemed almost alive when the firelight touched them. Halima frowned. What are those? Mama Funke placed them gently in her hands, closing Halima's fingers around them before speaking. These are not ordinary things, she said. They have seen more years than you and I combined. Halima looked down at them again, more carefully this time. My grandmother carried them, Mama Funke said, and her own grandmother before her. They were not given for comfort, they were given for survival. Halima felt something shift in her chest. Your grandmother? She asked. Mama Funke nodded slowly, her gaze drifting, not to Halima, but somewhere far beyond the walls of the hut. She was a stubborn woman, she said, almost with a faint smile, the kind who believed fear was something you could walk through, not run from. Her expression darkened slightly. She entered the Avo Forest when she was younger than you are now. Halima's breath caught. And she came back? She came back, Mama Funke said, but not the same. The fire cracked loudly. The Avo Forest is not just a place, child. It is alive. It listens. It watches. And when it senses weakness, she paused. It feeds. Halima tightened her grip on the charm without realizing it. Mama Funke reached out and touched the cloth. This was woven with protection, not for the body, but for the mind. There are things in that forest that will not touch you, but they will make you doubt yourself, your path, even your purpose. Her fingers moved to the charm. And this, she said more quietly, holds a fragment of truth. Halima looked up. Truth? Mama Funke nodded. It will not fight for you. It will not carry you. But when your mind is steady, it will reveal what is real. She leaned forward then, her voice lowering, her eyes locking onto Halima's. But understand this clearly. Truth is not always your friend. Sometimes it is more dangerous than the lie. The words settled heavily between them. Halima felt a strange mix of fear and determination rising inside her. Why are you giving these to me? Mama Funke held her gaze for a long moment. Then she said, because you are the only one who has seen what others refuse to see. Halima's throat tightened. Outside, somewhere in the distance, the river moved, soft, steady, almost whispering. Mama Shade, Halima said, barely above a whisper. Mama Funke's expression did not change, but something in her eyes sharpened. Yes, she said. Ha. Silence stretched. Then Mama Funke reached forward and lifted Halima's chin gently. Listen to me. Keep your mind steady. Fear will destroy you. Doubt will kill you. Only courage will bring the mirror to your hands. Halima left before sunrise. The village was still asleep when she stepped onto the narrow path that led towards the forest. The sky was just beginning to pale, the darkness thinning at the edges, but the trees ahead stood like a wall, dense, unmoving, waiting. She hesitated only once. Then she stepped forward. The moment she crossed into the Avo Forest, the air changed. It was subtle at first, the temperature dropping slightly, the sounds of birds feeding away. But within few steps, the difference became impossible to ignore. The forest did not feel empty. It felt occupied. The trees grew close together, their branches twisting overhead until they blocked out most of the light. Roots pushed through the ground like veins, forcing her to step carefully. The scent of damp earth rose around her, thick and heavy. She walked for what felt like hours, though the sun never seemed to fully reach her. At some point, she realized something else. The forest was not silent. It whispered. Not in words she could understand, but in sounds that seemed almost like language. Soft murmurs, faint laughter, the brush of something unseen moving just out of sight. Halima tightened her grip on the charm. "I am not afraid," she murmured, though the words felt thin in her mouth. The path narrowed, then disappeared. Halima slowed, her heart beginning to beat faster. She turned slightly, looking behind her. The way she had come no longer looked the same. A chill ran through her. "Just keep moving," she whispered to herself. She took another step, and that was when she felt it. Not a sound, not a sight, a feeling. As though something had noticed her. Halima stopped. The air seemed to thicken around her. Even the whispers faded, replaced by a heavy, suffocating stillness. Then, from somewhere ahead, something shifted. A shape moved between the trees, too large to be an animal, too silent to be anything ordinary. Halima's breath caught. She took a step back. The shape moved again, clearer this time, sliding between the shadows as though it were part of them. Her chest tightened. She couldn't see it fully, but she could feel it, watching her, studying her, waiting. Her heart began to pound. The faster it beat, the closer the presence seemed to come. A low sound followed, something between a growl and a breath. Halima turned sharply, trying to locate it, but the forest around her seemed to shift, the shadows stretching unnaturally. Another step back. Her foot caught on a root. She stumbled, and in that moment, it came forward. Not fully, not clearly, but enough. A massive shape, its body formed of darkness and smoke, its outline unstable, its eyes faintly glowing as they locked on hers. Halima froze. Her throat got dry. It did not rush her. It did not need to. It simply stepped closer. And with every step, it grew. Halima's back hit the rough bark of a tree before she even realized she had been retreating. The thing in front of her moved again, slowly, deliberately, its form shifting like smoke caught in a restless wind. At moments it seemed solid, like a great wolf with long limbs and heavy shoulders. At others it thinned and stretched, dissolving at the edges before pulling itself back together. But its eyes remained constant, watching, measuring, waiting. Halima's breath came faster now, shallow and uneven. She tried to steady it, but the harder she tried, the more her chest tightened. The air around her felt thick, like something pressing inward from all sides. The creature took another step. It was closer now, larger. Its head tilted slightly, as though it could taste her fear. A low sound slipped from it, not quite a growl, not quite a whisper, but something that seemed to settle directly into her bones. Halima's grip on the charm tightened, her fingers trembling. Run. The thought came sharp and sudden. Every part of her body screamed for it. Run! Run now! But her legs did not move, because beneath the fear, beneath the rising panic, something else began to stir. A memory. Mama Funke's voice, calm, steady, unshaken. Fear will destroy you." The words echoed, not from outside, but from somewhere deep within her. Halima swallowed hard. The creature moved again, closer still, and its body swelled, growing broader, heavier, more defined. Its claws dragged slightly along the ground, leaving marks that seemed to fade as quickly as they appeared. It was feeding, not on her body, on her fear. Halima's chest rose sharply as she drew in a breath, but this time she held it. Her eyes squeezed shut for a brief moment. "I am not afraid," she whispered. The words trembled, fragile. The creature stepped forward again, bigger, closer. Her heart lurched violently against her ribs. The fear surged back, stronger than before, and with it, the creature expanded once more, its presence pressing against her like a physical weight. Halima's eyes snapped open. No, she saw it now. Not just the creature, but the pattern. Every time her fear rose, it grew. Every time her breath quickened, it advanced. Her fingers tightened around the charm. The surface, smooth and worn, felt suddenly warm against her palm. "I am not afraid," she said again, louder this time, though her voice shook. The creature lunged forward. Halima did not move. Her legs trembled. Her body screamed, but she held her ground. "I am not afraid." The charm pulsed. A faint, steady warmth spread through her hand, up her arm, settling somewhere deep in her chest. Her breathing slowed. Not completely, but enough. The creature faltered, just slightly. Its form flickered, the edges of its body thinning, unraveling for the briefest moment before snapping back into place. Halima saw it. Her hope sparked. "You are not real," she said, her voice steadier now. "You are only what I make you." The creature let out a distorted, almost angry sound, its shape shifting violently as it tried to hold itself together. Halima took a step forward. Her legs nearly gave way beneath her, but she forced them to hold. "I am not afraid." Another step. The creature recoiled slightly, its massive form shrinking, collapsing inward as though something invisible was pressing it down. Halima's heart still pounded, but she did not let it take control. She stepped forward again, and this time the creature broke. Its body tore apart into strands of shadow, unraveling into nothing, the faint glow of its eyes fading last until there was nothing left but the stillness of the forest. Silence returned, heavy, real. Halima stood there for a long moment, her chest rising and falling, her legs weak beneath her. Then slowly she exhaled. "I am not afraid," she whispered, but this time the words felt different, not forced, not fragile, but true. She did not know how long she walked after that. Time seemed to lose its meaning in the forest. The light above never fully changed, and the path beneath her feet twisted in ways that made distance difficult to measure. But she remembered that Mama Funke had instructed her to keep moving, that her path will be guided by the clothes she had given her.